Hello everyone and welcome back to the series Making Peace with Your Ancestors. Today we will be working with episode number 2, The Permission. Then understanding the permission of a second stage, meditation and clearing the toxic loyalties. Why on new moon? Because it's a beginning of a cycle. It's the part of reflections, allow you to be more introspective, prepare yourself for the new stage. It's like for open that help you to go really deep in the root of whatever you are going to do the clearing. In this case, we are clearing the family tree. Why we use the moon as a symbolism? We use it because the moon is archetype of the mother, the family, and the unconscious mind. So when we do this clearing consciously, we bring more energy to it. So beginning of the stage, beginning of the cycle, the portal is open. That's what is really good moment to do any kind of clearing, especially the family tree. All of the stages are important parts of the whole process. We saw episode 1, the acknowledgement, and now the permission. The permission is really important to be conscious about this, because when you open the family tree, the permission is a sign of respect to them, okay? We never should go in rush to get information from them, never go and rush to do any work with them. The permission is important. We have to respect them. They need to be taken into consideration. The permission is also to ourselves, to be able to enter their world, which is also our world, to be open, to enter their space, because we are one, we are united, and your physical body are actually a representation of all of your family tree. So we are inside. We are not outside seeing them. We are inside. So with the permission, giving the respect to them and respect to us, also the permission to ourselves just to relax, to go with the flow, do the clearing without fear and with a lot of mercy, okay? I have seen people, not only client, but student as well, that sometimes they feel a little bit of fear to go into that world. Actually, the ancestors are there to help you out. They are before us. They have history. We are part of that history. They will bring joy to you, actually. It's the opposite. So permission ourselves to go into the world, which is actually our world, without fear and much mercy and compassion. Permission to see and release what had been hidden, and it is affecting the life of many in the family tree. We always are afraid of what is my emotional reaction, afraid of my own thinking, why this loyalty is repeating all the time, what I have this situation and cannot solve it, what is coming from. Give it to the permission to yourself to be open, and nothing is going to happen. The reaction will pass. This is just an emotional ego reaction to whatever information you are going to find out in this work. And the last part, which is I think considered very important, is the 3 key words, which is yes, please, thank you, that we always need to use. In the communication with the ancestors, and part of the permission is using these 3 words. Yes is the yes, I acknowledge you. Please give me the permission and do the clearing that we need. And thank you, to be grateful for the word, grateful for the information that come through then to help you to have a better life. So now let's go to the meditation. Okay, so I'm going to invite you to sit comfortable. Your back is straight, but relax. I don't want you to be tense. And then close your eyes. I'm going to ask you to take a deep breath in and release the air, allowing your body to release all the tensions that you might have today. Allow yourself to be here, present in this moment. Drop your shoulders and just relax. Take another deep breath in. Release the air slowly. Putting your attention inside of yourself, with your attention in your heartbeat, helping you to leave all the distraction outside of yourself. Noticing any vibration in the body, or any tingling in some areas. And then take another deep breath in, releasing the air, feeling more and more relaxed. Now, I want you to think of a situation, intention, challenge, or desire that you wanted to be manifested, wanted to be solved in this moment. You might have many on your head, but I want you to just pick one. That's the intention, that's the challenge. We are going to do and work today and do the clearing. Now, please see yourself in the middle of a big park. In a place that you can see a lot of trees. It can be in the city, or it can be in some park. In a forest, any place that you feel comfortable. And then you see a lot of trees around you. Walk around and observe each one of them. There are different types and different size. Just walking around and enjoy that beautiful place that you are in right now. Do not force anything, just let the vision come to you, let the creativity to be expressed. Observe the detail of the branches, the leaves, flowers, fruits on each one of those beautiful trees. And I want you to choose one of them. The one that you like the most. Walk toward that and stand in front of that specific tree that you choose. The tree that you choose is your family tree. Stay there for a few seconds and try to perceive any sensation in your body, or perhaps a particular emotion or thought coming to you. Now, I want you to put your two hands and place the palm of your hands over that trunk of the tree. just place your two hands, one of your hands, over the trunk of that tree. And trying to feel the texture of the trunk. You can even feel the temperature of the tree. Just observe the sensation that you have in your hands touching the trunk of the tree. Now, with your hands still touching the trunk, you're going to bring your forehead closer and place it touching the trunk as well. Just bring your forehead closer to the tree and place it touching the trunk as well. And then you're going to close your eyes. Right now, you have your two hands over the trunk and your forehead as well. I ask you to close your eyes. Observe the sensation in your palms and your forehead touching the tree. Now I want you to repeat the following words, the following statement. Yes. Now I recognize my tree with all my ancestors. Yes. Now I'm recognizing my tree with all my ancestors. Ancestors from the mother and father side, from generation 1 to 20. All the ancestors from my mother and father side, from generation 1 to 20. Yes, now I recognize my tree. Please, I respectfully ask to all my ancestors, please, I respectfully ask to all my ancestors the permission to enter and release false loyalties. The permission to enter and release the false loyalties. Thank you for considering my request. Thank you for considering my request. Thank you for the permission has been granted. Thank you for the permission that had been granted. Stay there for a few seconds, knowing that your permission has given to you. Now I want you to turn around and sit, giving your back to that beautiful tree. Just turn around and sit in the base of the tree, giving your back to the tree. Hold the attention for a few seconds there. Repeating, yes, please, thank you. Now breathe in and breathe out slowly. And when you are ready, you can open your eyes. Now we are going to do the clearing. Ancestors, please, I humble ask the permission to open the family tree for each one of the person, each one of the participants here in this meeting, on the father and mother side, to clear and heal the intention that they already have in their mind that is affecting their well-being and the well-being of their family. We understand that everything is in perfect and divine order, loving order, and we will accept if the permission is not granted at this time. So the permission is granted. Thank you so much. I want to ask myself to download everything known and unknown about the topic, about the subject that you are bringing today here. Okay, I'm going to ask myself, Spirit, to download all the information so everybody will be on the same page and they will be able to disclose everything here. Okay, so everything has been downloaded. Perfect. Now let's ask what we are going to work with first. What is the first ancestor? From the 1 to 4, 5 to 8, or 9 to 20. They said 5 to 8. Okay, so that's what's coming. And we're going to ask is the father and mother side. They said the father side. Something I wanted to explain again that I did in the episode 1, the ancestors that come in here in group, when we work in groups, they're not coming all of them because it's impossible, right? For each one of the participants. What happened is that when we call them, a representative of each one of that family tree, if one of the participants here, that ancestor might be 1, 2, or 3. So far, maximum are 3 ancestors will show up. They will bring the information, okay? Will bring the information of what's needed to be clear. So when we do, of course, private session, we work with just one person doing this clearing in a session that will take up to 2 hours or a little more. In that specific session, all of the ancestors that are related with that intention will come to you, okay? We will have the time, we go deep in what is the root of that blocking your intention or your challenge. But when we work in groups, we just work with representative, okay? So they represent all of them and it will bring the information. Mostly, when you do a clearing and group clearing, it's around 40 or 50% of the clearing so far had been increased. For example, last month, when I asked, it was 90% all the clearing had done, which is big. Usually, it's because we are not doing a specific work with individuals, we're working in groups. Usually the percentage is lower, but it's in that increasing. Right now, it's telling me that it's going to work with the father side. The second question that we ask here is what is the generation involved? And not generation number 6. Okay, generation 6 female. And then we are going to find out father. 78. Why is very important to work with numbers, a specific number of the ancestors? It's very important because it's like we are having a conversation with them, okay? We are give the time to them specifically. Mostly the problem that we have carried on for generation is ancestors have been neglected. The ancestors that never have been taken into consideration, they have been excluded, and so on. So one of the work that we do here is to acknowledge each one of them. We don't have the names, which is sometimes very difficult to have the name of all the ancestors. So we use numbers, okay? Numbers is given a name, it's like a calling them specifically to have a conversation, so they can give you the information, and then, of course, we can proceed with the clearing, okay? So the ancestor is 78, and is for the father's side. So the first thing that we do is localize the areas that are placed. For people who doesn't know what a loyalty is, we are clearing the repetition. The repetition that happened over and over, generation by generations, okay? When ancestors have an issue, a conflict, okay? Let's see the ancestor has a conflict as they lose a house, okay? They didn't able to can maintain their house, even can be for economical reasons, or because, the hurricane came, or was some displacement, earthquake, and so on. The reason doesn't matter, but the thing is when a family or ancestor have that situation, which can be really traumatic, right? Because they are displaced, they're homeless. That suffering stay there in the family tree, okay? Stay there. Where? In the morphogenetic fields. The morphogenetic fields is a field energy that is around anything that is a structure. Family is a system that is a structure. That's why they are surrendered for this morphogenetic field. So how we usually release the suffering? By repetition. The only way that we could know that the conflict never was solved is having the same situation in our present time, okay? If we are aware enough that we are repeating the same situation, let's see, for example, now I cannot have a house. Every time that I have a house, I lose a house. I want to rent, I cannot find anything. The money, for example, doesn't give me enough resources to have or buy a house. It's just an example, correct? So what happened there? I'm trying to solve that conflict. I'm trying to help them by repeating. So loyalty is the desire to finish what they start, or to compensate the suffering. So I compensate for having too much or having nothing at all, okay, about the same situation. So when we look here, what are the areas? It can be more than one area. And that area are compromised in your life and compromised in your family, meaning difficult to move forward and difficult to make right decision in the present moment. So let's find out what are the areas. Health, home, karma. Okay, perfect. So karma is everything that is unconscious, that we don't see, we cannot recognize it. Home, everything related with lands, home, and houses as well. And the other aspect come here is health, okay? And health has to be with routine, okay? Might be that the loyalties are compromise your own routine in life, or lifestyle, okay? Taking care of your body, taking care of the hygiene, taking care of your eating. It's like a routine, exercise and so on, that we need to put attention to it, okay? So it seems that somebody here, or many other, maybe more than one, that routine is connected with the health somehow in this group. Okay, once we find out that information, we're going to ask what are the entanglement, conflicts, and injustice, okay? So we are asking the 78, please let me know what are the entanglement, conflict that's happening. Secret, shameful secret, have to be with dual nationality, diverse languages. Dual nationality can be 3 or 4 nationalities, don't have to be 2. But talk about more than one nationality or citizenship, okay? Okay, that's it. That's the only conflict that happened related, connected with the 78. Let's find out when the group here decide to have those loyalty that affecting your intention directly, conception day. Then we're going to find out what are the other cast of character. There is more. Yeah, there's some mentors involved and nobody else. So, soul family, they say no. Okay. And then we're going to also add more blocks, additional blocks involved. Sometimes there are more blocks, so it's make a little bit of difficult to clear it. See, repetition and looping. What else? That's the only one. Okay, perfect. So with that information, we first gather the information, and then we proceed to do the clearing, okay? So I'm going to use the statement. We are going to ask the spirit, high self spirit, please clear and heal the family tree for each one of the participants here with the intention that they choose in the beginning. I want you to please go and clear the root, the branches, twigs, trunk, leaves, dry flowers, root and fruits, animals, if you find any dead animal there as well. I want you to ask it, please replace the sadness, victimization, suffering, anger, frustration, fear, as a result of the invisible loyalty that has been created to compensate the lack of harmony and order in the family tree. Please heal, restore, and transform this tree into a healthy, luminous, conscious, loving, balanced, joyful, and peaceful one, where the order and harmony has been established in each one of the members and their families every single day. So they can feel protected. Each one of you can feel protected, loved, and free of loyalties. Yes, please, thank you, and yes, please, thank you. Okay, let's see if there are other solution besides the clearing. They ask for colors. Is something else? They say no. And let's ask about the gift. Ancestors always give you gift by default, okay? Barely they ask you, but sometimes they can ask you for the gift. And so we are going to find out if they need something from you, okay? So let's see what is the ancestor that I've given to you. Willingness, flexibility, confidence, spirituality. That's it. Well, thank you so much for those gifts. Each one of you are ready to receive them with love and respect. Please, high self, download those gifts to the consciousness of each one of the participants here. So they can be integrated and manifested in a conscious way. Yes, please, thank you, and yes, please, thank you. They receive with love and respect. I'm going to add there is some additional kikas. They say yes. So what is the additional kikas? A maid or a worker, somebody who provide help to the family, okay? Including, it can be a nanny, or it can be somebody who take care of the house. Now, what happened with those additional casts? They play a main role in the conflict, okay? Remember, everything that we are getting are coming from the ancestors, everything, okay? Why coming in this moment specific things like this? Because the intention that you have, or the challenges that you wanted to solve, the conflicts is linked with that conflict number one. Okay, so what you do is that just resonate with this conflict, and because you wanted to help them, you wanted to compensate the suffering, right? So you repeat the same situation. So when additional kikas comes to you, it's because they are very involved in that initial conflict. So it might be something happened with this particular kikas in the past that we don't know, but it's affecting your intention right now. Sometimes doesn't make sense intellectually for us, okay? What we have to do is trust the information. Just throw the information, because at the end of the day, what you wanted to do is release everything. That's what you wanted to do, okay? Sometimes the story make completely sense and we are connected. Sometimes they are not completely clear about the story behind that conflict. But what's important is just acknowledge, right? And do the clearing, okay? So now we are ready to close the family tree. And of course, we are going to give thanks for this work, for allowing us to open the family tree for each one of the participants. Each one of the person here acknowledge the present, your presence in their life, in this part of the path of this planet. You all represent the past, and we, the participant, represent the present time, here and now. They are here and now. So you are free, and they are free to live their destiny with the best fusion and best present they can have. Yes, please, thank you, and yes, please, thank you. Okay, so the work is done. And that's it. We cleared 2 ancestors. I'm going to ask also the percentage of clearing that happened today. Unbelievable, 100%. When I start doing the group clearing, usually the result, it was around 40-50%. Why? Because groups, we're not working individually. Okay, I always pro to individual work, because we can go to the root, we can figure it out, the person can have more conscious about what's happening, because there is a dialogue, right? When we groups, they are not completely aware of what happened intellectually, but doesn't mean that clearing is not happening. It's happening, okay? But the interesting thing is about working in groups more and more for me as an experience is that it seems that even though people don't know what is going on, the vibration increase. So we are creating a critical mass, which is increase the vibration. So for some people will say, for example, they are not aware of what we are doing, or maybe they don't have any idea of what we are doing this, because they are not seeing the charts or anything, but something connecting them. So they start feeling more relaxed, they start feeling more happy. I'm surprised about this, actually, that this is helping a lot of people. So anyway, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for believing this work. And then I will see you next month with episode number 3, which will be the opening. Thank you so much for participating today. We will see each other next month, the 20th, for the episode number 3, the opening.